Guys and girls, what is going on? Welcome back to our afternoon update. Nor'easter, what's going on, man? And Jucky, how are you guys doing? Thank you guys for swinging by. Thank you guys for smashing the like, appreciate that. So we're gonna have a little bit of a kicked back stream this afternoon, guys. We're talking, it is Friday. Happy Friday for you guys. We are talking a PSVR 2. What we know so far about the console, speculation on pre-order dates, and then how it compares to MetaQuest. And then we're gonna get into a little bit of a debate happening right now about classic games and how they seem to be taking a little bit of a backseat recently, especially for those of you who own the premium version of PS Plus. And then also we're gonna get into another piece of interesting information that came out of the whole debacle happening over at Brazil. There's an organization that is overseeing the finalization of the Blizzard Activision deal for Xbox, and out of that case that's happening over there, we've been getting so much like crazy bits of information about stuff that's happening like behind the scenes. And we got another one today, and it's actually Microsoft taking a jab at Sony in a kind of like a funny way, a little bit of an underhanded sly way, and we'll get into that. And also the deal of the day. We're gonna hunt down a good deal for you guys out there. Hey Jess, what's going on, Jess? Parrot Jess decided to come on a day where I'm not showing my face, guys, because I woke up a little bit late, so I am not fit for the camera this afternoon, but I'm here with you guys. Positive vibes. I love it. Love to see it. All right, you guys. So let's start talking a little bit about the PSVR 2, and I would love to hear your guys's take on it so far. You know, are you excited? Are you guys hyped for? And so just recently, you know, the Oculus, it now called the MetaQuest. So the Oculus Quest, the Oculus name, no longer being used. Now it's being called the MetaQuest, and that's gonna be the VR2's biggest competitor. And so let's go ahead and talk about what we do know about the VR2 so far. In terms of release date, we haven't heard anything concrete, you know, earlier this year. I'm still gonna keep you guys updated with pre-order information because I want to get my hands on it also. So I'm going hard on keeping track of pre-orders, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel, on Twitter, and also on our Discord. The links are in the description. VR2 user experience feels awfully familiar, is that's what they're saying over on MSN. Looking into this article here, it says there's no getting around it. Virtual reality is the future of gaming, no longer an experiment. The expected release of PlayStation's next model, along with Meta's investment in the VR marketplace, cements the former fad as the foregone future. VR is picking up steam, and we see a lot of developer support, right, happening for VR on both sides, on MetaQuest side and also on Sony's side. The official PlayStation blog gave readers a revealing preview. We went over that preview here on the channel last week. 4 user experience features you can expect from the upcoming VR headset. Someone predicted, so it's being named, of course, we know, the PSVR 2. And while they're all big steps forward, anybody who has ever worn a MetaQuest headset may wonder what the fuss is about. So what really does make the VR2 different than the MetaQuest, you might be asking, right? Well, so we talked about the fact that it's going to have a see-through view. Allows you to see through the headset to examine the outside worlds and to make sure that no attention-seeking pets have wandered into your play area. So it's got that see-through view feature. The controllers is what's going to be a really big selling point for Sony's VR headset. The Sense controllers, without taking the headset off, you'll be able to see your own controllers with the see-through view option. And the controllers are a big selling point here because they are implementing the DualSense features into the controllers. Not only that, but the headset itself is actually going to have a rumble feature. So these features that are being talked about here are definitely going to change how the tracking system works on the VR2. So as compared to the VR1, you set a single dedicated camera above your TV. But of course, with the VR2, we're not going to need a camera. The headset itself has tracking lenses, so you're not going to need a camera for that unless you want to make use of that new feature that they announced, which is the ability to stream yourself using the VR headset. So that's going to makes for some really fun content in terms of seeing other people play games in VR. So the ability to broadcast yourself, so you will need, of course, the camera for that there. But what's really cool is that you can actually stream directly to Twitch or YouTube as well. Because it's basically like if you're sitting in a theater by yourself, they have like a whole theater available to you through the headset. All right, so let's talk let's talk about the Quest 2. Okay, the Quest 2, which is now being called the Meta Quest 2, released in 2020, and it has a built-in Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 chipset. PSVR 2, meanwhile, will lean on the enormous 10.3 teraflops of power at the PS5's disposal. Okay, so you're using the power of the PS5 to make these VR games come to life. And also, it's gonna have a better view here. So the output resolution for the VR2 is gonna be 2000 by 2040 per OLED eye panel. When you compare that to the Quest 2, the Quest 2 is gonna have a lower res at about 1832 by 1920 with a 90-degree field of view. So why is it not only better in almost every respect? Unlike the completely wireless Quest 2, VR2 will be tethered by one PS5 cable that we now know is going to be detachable, one single USB-C cable. And so now we got to talk about price. All right, now we got to talk about price. There's a lot of rumors going around that the price is going to be between $400 and $500. And that doesn't include the price of the PS5 that you already paid for, right? And the Meta Quest 2, on the other hand, can go as little as $249, even though we have been hearing about talks of a price increase. And the price increase happening soon for the Meta Quest 2. We gotta kind of compare the prices here. If we already own a PS5, which I'm sure most of you already do, especially those already looking for the VR2 pre-orders, we're putting a little bit of an extra amount of investment when it comes to the VR2, right? So will it be worth the extra money? Well, that depends on how well Sony supports the headset, and I can let you guys know that there's gonna be tons of support for it. I mean, the VR1 already has tons of developers backing it, so there's no question in my mind that it's gonna have a big support out of the gate starting on day one. Jess, I hope you're feeling better, Jess. I know you were feeling a little bit under the weather recently. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is the VR2 gonna trump the Meta Quest 2? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys are having an awesome afternoon. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your afternoon with me. All right, let's jump into the next topic here, guys. So there's a little bit of a discussion going on right now, especially if you're a PS Plus owner of the premium version. And the big benefit of having the most expensive PS Plus subscription is that you get access to classic games, right? Well, there's been a little bit of if you guys haven't noticed, we did get more games added this month to PS Plus, but it was lacking classic games. They did not add any classic additions to the PS Plus lineup. So if you have the most expensive version of it, you got little added benefit this month, or you didn't get any added benefit. We still have access to the same catalog that we did last month and since it launched. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you think Sony needs to go a little bit hard on getting their classic collections added to the service? A lot of fan favorites are being omitted right now, and I'm hoping that Sony doesn't forget about the audience that loves classic games. And I'm hoping for in the next coming months to see more classic titles being added, because at this point, if you're paying for the most expensive one, you might as well just downgrade it. If you're not getting, if you played all the classic games that they have offered right now, you're not getting too much more benefit being added this month. Hope you guys are having an awesome It's Friday, guys. How many of you guys are excited it's Friday? So my Friday doesn't start until tomorrow, so it doesn't start till tomorrow, but I'm hanging in there. We got one more day here on my end. We're reading an article here on arstechnica.com. PlayStation Plus highest tier slams to an apparent halt on classic games after services. After the June revision, the classic library is not growing too significantly here. As Game Pass continues... Oh, speaking of Game Pass, we're gonna get into that juicy bit of information that came out of the Brazil debacle happening right now. Xbox's Game Pass service continues racking up subscribers. Its biggest competitor is now Sony with its new PS Plus subscription lineup. The dust has since settled enough for us to see PlayStation Plus's revision in action for more than 2 months, and as far as its bang for the buck rating, Sony scores highly. Should you prepay for the premium tier, you can access hundreds of games from every PlayStation generation. However, Sony's not ready to meet Microsoft in one key sales pitch: a subscription to first-party games available on launch day. So right now we're not getting too many offerings or promises of launch day releases on the new PS Plus. But what's really apparent is that the classics PlayStation Plus doesn't feel representative of that original classics library target, and a recent post on Sony's website is proving to be a reality this month anyways. We'll see what happens next month. So with this latest announcement, they confirmed 11 games that would land on the service's premium and extra tiers in August, while the list includes 3 solid games from the Yakuza series. It doesn't include games from any Sony console library outside PS4 and PS5. As a reminder, PS Plus Classic Selection launched in June with 27 games, 11 for the PS1, 24 for PS2, and 2 for the PSP. 2 months later, we're up to 30 conversions of those consoles' original versions, and now that we've done the math, they're concerned over at Ars Technica that these libraries won't get much bigger unless Sony revises its advertising. Out of this case that's happening over there in Brazil and all these filings that have come to light, we're getting a lot of interesting information, and Microsoft has taken yet another sly jab at Sony's PS Plus service. We talked about the leak document yesterday on the stream here, and another interesting bit of information came out of it today. This is coming out of Kotaku.com. The treasure trove of a document filed by Microsoft to the Brazilian competition authorities on Tuesday in response to Sony's objections to its efforts to buy Activision Blizzard contains yet another absolute gem. In it, Microsoft took time out to tell Sony just how it could better run its revamped PS Plus services, such that it wouldn't need to worry so much about competition, says Xbox Game Pass. This is the exact quotes that Microsoft put in that document. They say Sony could be able to leverage the high quality of their first party games even more by making them available on PlayStation Plus at launch day. Such a strategy might be able to quickly speed up the growth of the service's user base as a response to the competitive pressure of Game Pass, or any other service for that matter. And the strategy is not adopted by Sony, even when it comes to the new and updated PlayStation Plus. So in other words, they're basically saying, hey Sony, are you worried? Are you? Well, maybe you could do a better job by following our example. Quickly speed up the growth of the service's user base, or in other words, is your PS Plus audience all teeny weeny? Oh, then that glorious, even when it comes to the new and updated PlayStation Plus. That was from Kotaku, by the way. I didn't come up with that, with those paraphrases, but when translated, roughly Microsoft is telling Sony, do better on your PS Plus service if you're worried about competition, and they also are recommending to Sony to make launch titles available on PS Plus. And so I'll leave the deal of the day in the description after the stream here, but they have the special editions of Among Us that have included some really cool swag if you're an Among Us fan. So they have the Imposter Edition for every console, for Switch, PS4, and PS5, Xbox for $34.99, and then they also have the more expensive collector's edition that originally was 90 bucks. It's slashed down to $59.99. This afternoon, I appreciate y'all, love you, and until we see you next time, stay safe and stay awesome. You're cool.